so good afternoon everyone, and welcome back over here to Universal's parking garage. If you're seeing the title, you guys already know what happens. We don't know what's going to happen right now, but we are actually heading over to Islands Adventure because today is our preview day for the Velocicoaster here. Now, the problem is we flew in from Texas and it was kind of running a little tight, so we're actually late for our reservation. So we're gonna try to go in and see if we can try to get onto it. Hopefully they let us on. I mean, we're only about 30 to 45 minutes late once we get to Velocicoaster for it, but we're pretty much just gonna be booking it straight to the coaster. Hopefully we get there, hopefully we can get on it. I really hope we can get on it. Y'all already know because of the title of the video, so yeah. All right, we've blown through security and now we are on our way now. It's about 3:45 right now. I think we're aiming for between 4 and 4:15 to get over to the Velocicoaster. Here's the thing is that if we get on it, I mean right now we're probably just gonna go straight there. Once we get on it, then we'll walk around, show you guys the coaster and everything as long as it's running. All right, it's only taking us about 5 minutes and we're now already up to the entrance of Islands. And I think it'll take another 5 minutes, so a little bit before 4 before we get to the Velocicoaster. As long as they're still letting people in, because I think this was the times we got were kind of the latest at the time. So hopefully they're still running it, hopefully we can still get on. All right, we're in. So now it is a race to get to the Velocicoaster. Worst case, they say no, or they stop running it for the day. We're just gonna go back to the front, get Kayla's Spilly Pass fixed, and we'll just go ride Hagrid's instead. I mean, good consolation, I feel like. So huge shout out to Tiffany and Jay. They were able to look past us being late and were able to get us in, so we get to experience a Velocicoaster. So we get to show you a little bit of the line because the lockers in here yet. Oh yeah, there's the coaster. Wow. Ooh. Oh! The coaster goes right here. The coaster will launch right through here. That's cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, it's not blue. I think this one's blue. Okay. I don't know what we just rode. We were able to ride the front row, very front row. I don't know what we just rode. Like I really don't know. That was intense because like it was two types of coaster. Like at the front, which was it looks a lot slower when you're over by the River Adventure than it does once you're on it. And that top hat, it almost flung me out of my seat. And then that 0G stall was, holy crap, that was amazing. Of course, then they drop you right out into a gift shop with all the Velocicoaster stuff. I'm not surprised they use this as a Velocicoaster, the Velocicoaster gift shop. Once again, huge shout out to Tiffany and Jay over here. Technically, they stopped actually letting people in at 3:30. We literally walked up about 4 o'clock. We told them that we got here a little late due to us flying in from Texas, and they accommodated us, walked in, and we were one other group that walked in. So I still don't know what to think. That was so stinking fun. Like it was just the right amount of intensity for what I like out of a coaster. But there's just enough theming. Like we didn't really get to see anything because unfortunately we weren't standing in line waiting. because of the fact that they made a special accommodation for us to go. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the entrance, couldn't get a picture of it coming over the top hat, unfortunately, just because of that. But I was able to show you a little bit of the queue, everything else that was over there. But that top hat is something else. You hit that full speed and you get up to that top, man, it wants to fly you out of your seat. So I will tell you what, this launch going up, holy crap. And like, you have these weird, like, so you have these like a lot of these like slight bend turns, and it kind of wants to fling you left and right out of your seat. So yeah, we were trying to decide if we want to do Hagrid's, but we essentially ran here, so we were very very worn out. I want to see a train go out of the station. I want to see a train launch, because you actually, so where the glass windows are, that's where you load into the attraction, onto the coaster. And man, that sucker comes into the station and it looks insane. Another interesting thing to note about the Velocicoaster is because of the new regulations and everything that we can go down to 3 feet social distancing, the queue markers in the Velocicoaster are only 3 feet away, which is really going to help with those social distancing. And so that might help with the line, but I am going to be curious, because I was telling Kayla this, we were watching it go by, and based on what we just experienced, it's gonna be interesting to see what how fast they can move people through that ride, because it's a long train. But I think they can only run maybe 2, maybe 3, because they load and unload in the same spot, kind of like Hagrid's and most of the other rides do. So, not Hagrid's, Hulk and most of their other rides. So, be interested to see what the wait times are on opening day. So now we're just kind of, so we were thinking about maybe also doing Hagrid's, but unfortunately because Kayla didn't have her disability pass, and we were just trying to get to the attraction, we didn't renew it. So now she's over here getting an icy. But I tell you what, seems like a really great idea right now. Riding Deadly Do rides. It's just a very, very hot day today. So you want to know something kind of cool about the Velocicoaster as well, is so they do the lockers like normal, but something they do differently is the lockers are 2-sided on one side of the entrance and one side of the exit. So that they don't need as many lockers for the ride, because if you need to make them so you can keep your phone, you keep everything on you until you get right underneath the loading dock to the ride. So that is super ingenious, and whoever came up with that deserves a massive raise for that. I gotta tell you what though, this thing is something else, because when you come over this, and I don't even remember that little hill. I don't remember this little hill going into that heart line. I really don't remember it. Only thing I remember is going up the top hat into the 0G, and then going around by Hogsmeade, and then the heart line. I don't remember that little hill. Okay, this is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because I really like Hagrid's a lot, but that is so intense, and just, it's so done well for where it needs to be, what needs to happen from it. Mostly it's having the double launch and then right in that top hat into a 0G stall. And then that heart line over the water is something else. Definitely gonna be hard to tell which one I like better. So it's probably gonna be one of the shortest, if not the shortest stay we've ever been at Universal. Like, when I say we came for one thing, we came for one thing. And man, so I'm still in this debate. I really like it. I like Velocicoaster a lot, but I think Hagrid's is still just a little bit more my favorite on it. It's a little bit more to it, a little more storyline, way more immersive. Not saying Velocicoaster's bad, trust me, not saying it's bad. But I did raise the question, what about what's Universal going to be doing now? Like, what's Universal Studios going to do now? Because you've put essentially all the big rides over here. What are you going to do over there now? So, give me an interesting question. Alright, so after the stress and the running and everything, and after getting on Velocicoaster, we are going to go ahead and call it a trip just for that. I know it's a very short video, very quick, but I'll tell you what, that ride was worth it. That was, again, once again, I'll say this again, huge shout out to Tiffany and Jay over at the Velocicoaster, because they could easily told us no, and we would have been fine with that. We kind of were anticipating that. In fact, they let us go ahead and ride. It was amazing. Like, they didn't have to, and they did. So, huge shout out to them. Amazing accommodation for that. Really appreciated that so much. So, but as we are heading out, because we are still still not fully back from Texas yet, 'cause we still have our luggage in the car. Gotta go home to Blakely, so haven't seen him in a week. So, but with all that being said, as we do head out, we're finally getting to ride the Velocicoaster. We'll see y'all next time.